Marion, Maine, it comes from the idea that we wanted to really eradicate the stigma that surrounded cannabis, especially in Black communities, right? Like a lot of times when you think of cannabis, you just think of somebody lazy smoking weed and not doing anything else.
Freed from parental authority, youngsters are venturing into new and unwholesome worlds.
There's so many different ways to use cannabis. There's so many different methods of consumption, not just inhalation or smoking. And we wanted to present ourselves to our community in a way that was inviting, but also was clear that we're not trying to perpetuate a negative stigma. We started our business in Prince George's County. Like I said, I was born and raised there, and I realized that we are a unique Black Mecca. I'm very proud to come from it, and I'm proud to be able to serve the community and give them an alternative form of medicine that a lot of people have really needed in this space, you know. And then, like I said before, a lot of Black people have a negative stigma about cannabis use, even if they use it in the closet. I was really happy to be able to help eradicate that stigma for people. And I believe that places like Prince George's County can make a difference around the country, around the thought of what cannabis use is for Black communities. So I feel like we're leading that charge, and that the local community is responding really well. Marion, Maine, over the years, we've done so much education. Marion, Maine started out doing in-person classes, and actually before even the pandemic, we kind of transformed our educational series into a weekly series on our YouTube and Facebook called The Mainline. Definitely anybody watching, check that out. Go on The Mainline, see all, I mean, we have like hundreds of videos up over from the past 2 years, or we interviewed different business owners local to Prince George's County, all the way to subject matter experts about the endocannabinoid system, so many different things.
Another one of those things is the criminalization of marijuana. Currently, marijuana is still illegal federally, but there are now more than 30 states that have legalized cannabis in some capacity. However, despite the changes in laws, the ACLU found that marijuana-related arrests still make up about 40% of all drug arrests. And almost 90% of those arrests are for possession only. It's also worth noting that Black people are 3 times more likely than white people to be arrested for marijuana possession, despite having comparable usage rates. With this knowledge in mind, Wiseman says Black dispensary owners have a greater responsibility to their community.
It hurts me that there are people still to this day in prison because of what I do every day. Those people, although might have gone down a violent path, are very intelligent, and if they can run a large criminal enterprise, they could probably run a legal enterprise had they had the right education, guidance, resources that I had.
A lot of, especially minority founders right now in the industry, we feel like it is our responsibility to be on the front lines, one, advocating for those that are not yet in the space and want to be. 2, advocating for those that have been impacted by the war on drugs and making sure that they receive some type of reconciliation for what has happened to them, whether that means fighting to make sure that these people have preference in licensing processes, and also making sure that the tax revenue that comes from this industry is directly reinvested into communities that have been impacted by the war on drugs. These are the things that, for me, being the youngest Black woman to own a dispensary, it means that I am an ally and advocate to every single person that looks like me and comes from a background like mine. And it's my responsibility to make sure that I am not the last, and that these people are set up with as much, I'm filling up my cup so I could pour in others.